There's something different about people who cry easily. And no, it's not weakness. It's not being overly sensitive or emotionally unstable. Neuroscientists have discovered something that completely flips the script on everything we thought we knew about tears. The people who cry easily aren't broken. They are wired for a kind of emotional intelligence that most people will never access. Let's start with what most people get completely wrong. We assume that emotional control means suppressing emotions. That supposed strength looks like a stone face in the middle of chaos. That real adults keep it together no matter what. But here is the thing. That is not strength. That is just a pressure cooker with the lid screwed on too tight, and eventually, pressure cookers explode. People who cry easily have a release valve. That valve is doing something remarkable inside their brains. Picture yourself sitting in a movie theater. The scene is not even that sad. Maybe a father is walking his daughter down the aisle, or an elderly couple is holding hands in a hospital room. Suddenly, your throat tightens. Your eyes sting. You blink fast, hoping no one notices. You feel embarrassed, maybe even frustrated with yourself. Why can you not just watch a movie like a normal person? What is actually happening in that moment is extraordinary. Your brain is running a sophisticated simulation. It is pulling from your own memories, your relationships, your fears, and your hopes. It is processing layers of meaning that most people's brains simply skip over. You are not overreacting. You are experiencing the full depth of what it means to be human, while others are just watching pixels on a screen. Researchers call this trait emotional granularity. It is the ability to experience emotions with incredible precision and depth. While some people feel simply bad or simply good, you feel the specific texture of melancholy, the sharp edge of longing, the warm ache of bittersweet joy. Your emotional vocabulary is not just larger, it is high definition while everyone else is watching standard definition. This is not a flaw in your programming. This is a feature. Now think about the last time you cried because someone else was hurting. Maybe a friend told you about their divorce, or you watched a stranger on the news who lost everything in a fire. You felt their pain as if it were your own. That sensation is not just empathy. It is mirror neuron activation on overdrive. Your brain literally recreates the emotional experience of another person inside your own nervous system. You are not imagining what they feel. You are feeling it. This can make you exhausting to be sometimes, sure. But it also makes you the person everyone calls when they need someone who actually understands. You do not just listen, you absorb. And people can feel the difference. Here is something fascinating. Studies show that people who cry easily have stronger immune systems. Emotional tears contain stress hormones and toxins that your body is literally flushing out, while the person who keeps it together is storing cortisol and adrenaline in their tissues. You are releasing it. Every tear is a tiny detox. Your body figured out something that stoic people never learned. Holding on to pain does not make you stronger. It just makes you sick. But let's talk about those moments when tears catch you off guard. You're in a work meeting, and someone's harsh feedback makes your eyes well up. You're having a disagreement with your partner, and suddenly you can't speak because your voice is shaking. You feel betrayed by your own body. Like your emotions are a wild animal you can't control. But consider this. What if your tears are not a loss of control? What if they are actually a form of radical honesty your body refuses to suppress? While others are constructing careful facades, managing impressions, calculating what to reveal, your body is saying, "This matters. This is real. I won't pretend it isn't." That is not weakness. That is integrity on a cellular level. The truth is, people who cry easily often have a higher tolerance for emotional complexity. Think about what it takes to actually let yourself feel something fully. Most people spend enormous energy building walls, numbing out, distracting themselves. They scroll through their phones to avoid sitting with discomfort. They stay busy, so they never have to face what's underneath. But you've already faced it. You've sat in the center of overwhelming emotion and survived it. You know something that emotional suppressors don't. Feelings pass. Even the big ones. Even the ones that feel like they might swallow you whole. You've been swallowed and come back. That is not fragility. That is the kind of courage that doesn't announce itself. There's a reason why people who cry easily often end up in caregiving professions, creative fields, and leadership roles that require genuine human connection. They've developed something that can't be taught in any business school: the ability to be present with discomfort, both their own and others. They don't run from hard conversations. They don't shut down when things get emotional. They've practiced staying open when every instinct says to close off. And here's what nobody tells you about crying easily. It builds trust faster than almost anything else. When you allow yourself to be seen in a vulnerable moment, you give others permission to do the same. That coworker who watched you tear up during a difficult meeting, they remember that. Not as weakness, but as evidence that you're human, that you feel things, that you're safe to be real around. In a world full of polished performances and careful personal branding, your tears are proof of authenticity. And authenticity is magnetic. Now, let's address the exhaustion. Because yes, feeling everything deeply is tiring. You absorb the energy of rooms. You carry other people's pain home with you. A sad news story can ruin your entire afternoon. But this sensitivity comes with a gift most people never receive. You experience joy with the same intensity. A beautiful sunset doesn't just look nice to you, it stops you in your tracks. A piece of music doesn't just sound good, it moves through your whole body. When you love someone, you love them with every fiber of your being. The depth of your sorrow is matched by the height of your joy. You are not cursed with too much feeling. You are blessed with the full spectrum while others are living in grayscale. What psychologists now understand is that emotional suppression, the thing our culture rewards as keeping it together, actually damages the brain over time. It impairs memory, disrupts relationships, and increases the risk of depression and anxiety. The people who never cry are not winning. They are just delaying the bill. Meanwhile, you have been paying as you go, processing in real time, staying current with your emotional debt. Your nervous system is not backlogged with years of unfelt feelings waiting to ambush you. So the next time tears spring to your eyes at an inconvenient moment, try something different. Instead of fighting them back, recognize them for what they are: evidence that you are paying attention. Proof that your heart is still soft in a world that tries to harden everyone. Your tears are not a malfunction. They are your nervous system working exactly as designed, moving energy through your body, releasing what needs to be released, keeping you connected to the full depth of human experience. Some people go their whole lives without ever feeling anything that deeply. They think that is strength. But you know better. You know that the bravest thing a person can do is feel everything and keep showing up anyway. That is not weakness. That is the kind of strength that does not need to prove itself to anyone.